Hi, Bea.
Hi, Asma. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How's things in Milan?
Great, great. It's we're preparing for the intense holidays coming up. So we're very busy but happy.
So happy to catch up and see you after about 3 years. So
Yeah,
what is it?
it's been a crazy long time,
Yeah.
like literally 3 years.
So thank you for joining us, Bea, on Oud.com.
Of course.
So we'd love to speak about Bea Bonghiasca, the jewelry designer, and
Mhm.
the lovely Italian girl who we love to see every now and then in Kuwait.
Yay.
Bea, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I started my path towards the brand kind of when I was 18 years old because I went to study at Central St. Martin's in London. And I knew I wanted to do a creative job. I just wasn't sure exactly what. I wanted to be a fashion designer and then I wanted to do not like architecture or something. Anyway, so then I went to Central St. Martin's and I started to try all the different things, so like graphic, textile, etc. And then I found jewelry and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I quite like this one because the problem was I also liked sculpture, but they wouldn't really teach you how to sculpt.
Yeah.
It was kind of like they expected you to already know what you were doing. But jewelry is so specific and niche that they obviously can't expect you to know how to make jewelry. So they had to teach you everything. So I really like that. It was really cool. And then, sculpture and jewelry. Sculpture is like a big jewel and the jewelry is what you put on the body. And I learned how to make everything. Decided I didn't want to make anything, like all in the same time, because, and kind of like, I wasn't going to work for someone else because I didn't want to get influenced and, change my style and learn too much from someone in a design way. I wanted to kind of explore that by myself. But because of that, it took a really long time for me to then really explore and then understand exactly who I was as a designer. But eventually, now I'm 30. So I think like maybe already 2 or 3 years ago, I kind of really found my path.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I think you're very original, Bea. Your designs are very original. And I want to talk more about how did you start working with enamel and the semi-precious stones you use? How did you how did you start working with them? How did you discover those elements?
So enameling is something we actually even did in university. We had the one with the glass enamel that you have to break the shards of glass and put them in. It's really complicated, and that's why then I was like, I'm gonna use cold enamel because also like if it falls, it doesn't break. So that was a very big point towards it, and you can also it's easier to make a bigger variety of colors. But actually, I started using enamel so in my final year collection already in university. But the problem was that the first reception that I got from stores was that it was very fashion jewelry. So they were like, enamel equals fashion jewelry.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be fashion jewelry. I wanted to be what is now called demi-fine, but at the time wasn't called anything. And they were just calling it I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
That's what they were calling it. It was a bit annoying. And I was like, no, this is like a finer jewelry collection made with, at the time, silver or 9 carat, but they weren't understanding where to place it because I was on the cusp between fun fashion, stylish pieces and well-made, handcrafted Italian craftsmanship, right? So I was here and they were like, no, you're here or here. And I was like,
yeah,
I want to be here. Right here.
I mean, I remember a time where there were only fashion jewelry or what they call sometimes accessories and then fine jewelry, and then there was nothing in between.
Yeah. I think that the really cool thing about jewelry compared to fashion is that it's much more free on all terms. So you don't need to have a certain dress size to wear jewelry.
Yeah.
You don't need to have a certain age to wear jewelry. It's very like democratic, unlike clothes, which are less forgiving. And also, they're also meant to be more timeless.
Jewelry is rarely ever trendy. Like you don't see like you know, a trendy gold bracelet or a trendy like gold,
No.
you know, it's just jewelry is jewelry. It's meant to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also important, like, you know, that people don't like that you make things, but people like conserve them in time. It's not like a fast fashion approach.
Yeah.
And also, jewelry can always be recycled, unlike clothes. Like, it can always continue in another life.
Yeah, well, let's talk about when you were in Kuwait for the Magic Circle twice,
Yeah.
and we met you in Kuwait.
Yeah.
I want to say like something I noticed when you were here. I noticed that after Kuwait, I've been hearing the name Bea Bongyaska everywhere. Can you tell us a little bit about this? How did this happen? And you know, during this, how did it feel? Like, what was going on?
I think that it was even like maybe from a year before, no, from the first time I came to Kuwait, I think, which is a coincidence at that point, but I think there was a kind of like a bit of a little snowball effect coming in. And so it was going and going and going. And then, you know, I started working in the American market a lot. We got a new PR. We made all these like investments in the new collections. And then I think there was just like a million different variables. And then there was also COVID, which seemingly was not the good one because it wasn't. But a lot of people like ended up using, I think, social media a lot more maybe. And so they had like the chance to see things that maybe hadn't seen before. And then, so it got a lot of traction also on that. And also because of the fact that it was a kind of a sad time of uncertainty. The kind of jewels that I made because of their price being accessible and also being bright and happy, I think they made for a good companion.
And it felt like, I don't know, maybe because it was COVID, or like you said, or it felt like it was an overnight. Like it felt like it was. Did it happen this quickly? Did it feel?
No. It wasn't. No. It really wasn't overnight. It was maybe like sometimes, because I think that Instagram is sort of like the kind of like the window of the shop.
Yeah.
So in the window of the shop, you're always gonna put the best stuff. But realistically, like it took some time to get all that stuff. But maybe like the way that it's curated and that you see it, it looks like it's like pam, 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 which it was. But you know, it was like a long.
But it was a pam and then pam and then.
Yeah, exactly.
You have joined the list of designers who are under Obad in Kuwait. And, you know, we love Obad and we love working with Obad. We love everything Obad. Can you tell us how that happened, and can you tell us more about your relationship with the store?
Well, we knew from the first time that we came to Kuwait that was literally like the store that we wanted to be in. It was like the store, because it's like they have like even like within finer jewelry, they always have like some colorful pieces and they have like some fun pieces, and I really appreciate that, especially when you are dealing with higher jewelry. So we were like, well, then what about us? Can we get in? So it was so I don't know, I haven't met them in real life ever, but we spoke during COVID, and then the jewelry has gone to Bloomingdale's in the 360 Mall, which is where we had the Magic Circle. I was like, I know where that is. And I've been there. Exactly. And so and it like pretty much sold out, and so now we're sending the second part, and then we're adding like new pieces and the fall winter capsule. So I'm really excited. I think they do a really, really good job.
Can you tell me one thing you like you really can't forget about Kuwait, or something that stood out to you when you came to Kuwait?
Let me think. Well, to be honest, I was really sad that I wanted to go to that really cool park.
Oh, Oh, a shade park.
Yeah,
What
because
happened?
Najib, because what happened was I only had one free day. The second time I came, I didn't have any free days,
Yeah,
and we had to do like we were doing the what do you call it,
yeah, I
setting up
remember. Yeah,
until like literally like 3 a.m. I was like with the fake snow, which was ridiculous at that point because we're like literally like we'd been there like 6 hours doing the setup, and it was pretty nuts.
yeah.
And then after that, like, and then we literally like the only thing I could do was like local. The second time I came was eat the food from Najiba's house, which I was really excited about.
Yeah.
Because I was like, local Kuwaiti food made at home. This is so exciting.
You were part of the first Magic Circle that happened here at 360 Mall.
Yeah.
And it was in partnership with Oud.com. With us.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
can you
remember.
tell us about this experience? Like it was your first time in Kuwait, I remember. So
It was. Yeah.
tell us a bit more about this.
So I came there with my colleague. So it was the two of us. And I didn't know that they had direct flights, but we took a direct flight. So it was super chill. And then Najiba was like meant to take us around before we went to the thing, and we went to the market, and we had like the local food, and
You
then there was like
like the old market, yeah?
yeah. Because we were like we want to see like stuff. So she took us
We want to see Kuwaiti stuff. Let's go
like
to the old
we
market.
want to eat local food, and so she took us there. And then she took us to see the textile market, and then she also took us to the supermarket. So we went to see a lot of markets.
One thing you did get to see, you got to see the Kuwaiti ladies and Kuwaiti girls. So what do you
We
like?
did.
What was your take on the Kuwaiti fashion or Kuwaiti sense of fashion?
I think it was very obvious that there was a sense of fashion. Like it was very like I felt like I was looking at magazines, but like in person. They're like I was like whoa, like they were like dressed like the most recent. They looked like these like editorials from like magazines literally, because they had super perfect makeup, and then they were wearing like the latest thing, the latest handbag, the latest everything. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. I like it.
Yeah.
It's great. And then they had like really like mix. I think it was quite a mix of jewelry styles. Like there's like some more vintage pieces, some like classic stuff, like Cartier classic stuff, and then or like Van Cleef. A lot of like diamonds, emeralds. You know, there was quite a mix. But like for example, in Italy, you can't wear that.
We love our jewelry, Kuwaitis.
No, I noticed.
If you could only wear one type of jewelry,
I would wear rings.
necklace,
Rings.
only
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I got my earrings pierced when I was 18, so I was a bit late on that. So they're not like my first choice, but I always wore rings, and I have nice hands, so I can wear a lot of.
That's nice.
Like,
what is your favorite ever enamel color?
I think the pink, both pinks, because they were really hard to make.
Wow. Can you name 3 designer fashion brands that you love?
So Prada is my favorite brand. I often look like I am sponsored, but they have not sponsored me yet, which is very upsetting. So definitely Prada. Hello, call me. And
Nice
then
shirt, by the way. Nice top.
Thank you. It's Prada. Yeah, I told you it's really bad. Okay, so Prada, and then Christopher Kane, I really love. And then who else? Recently, Jacques Mus.
So Baya, if you were not a jewelry designer, what would you be?
I have a lot of interests. Quite a few things. Within the same design realm, I'm also interested in like products and like homeware and set design, which I also have to do a lot of, or like graphic design, but that's also too similar to jewelry in a way.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't do anything artistic, so I'm the same person, but I have no creativity, so I can't do it. I think it's gone. I think I would have learned like Chinese or Japanese or Korean. I would have studied like Asian languages, and I would have moved to one of those countries, probably Japan, and lived there and worked in a not clear ambit. But yeah, I think that's what I would have done.
Thank you so much, Bea. That was so
Thank
much
you, Asma.
fun. I loved talking to you, and
Me too.
I feel like I want to like catch up more, and we want to see you in Kuwait very soon.
I think that it will be very doable very soon. Once everything is sorted with COVID and they don't cancel airplanes, I think we'll be good.
Hopefully, very, very, very soon.
For sure. Great.
Thank you, Magic Circle Season 3.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hope we see
Let
you.
me know if you guys come visit in Europe.
Yes, I will.
All right. Okay.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.